Hello, everyone. I'm Teresa Woodard in Dallas. Horrific flash flooding has taken so many lives across Texas and absolutely devastated families. But a mom and dad from the North Texas town of Argyle got the news so many did not get. Their daughter, a counselor at Camp Mystic, where so many girls died, is okay. Here are some pictures that Hannah Dunning posted from Camp Mystic in the days before the flooding. The camp is her home away from home, her parents said, her favorite place. She was not supposed to be there for this session, but decided at the last minute to extend her stay this summer.
I don't know if we even know what it is, the magic of Camp Mystic, but I know that she loves it.
She became so close to God, and that's actually where she was baptized, was in Mystic last year. And that was just the most special thing.
Hannah is alive, and she is now home in Argyle. Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Cavante Turpin was arrested this weekend. The Collin County Sheriff's Office says Turpin was booked into the Collin County Jail on 2 misdemeanor charges of possession of marijuana and unlawfully carrying a weapon. This is not Turpin's first run-in with police. He pleaded guilty to assaulting his girlfriend in 2018 and was also arrested for allegedly assaulting someone in New Mexico while on spring break. We did reach out to the Dallas Cowboys for comment and have not heard back. Turpin has bonded out. A major transition at one of the most well-known churches in North Texas. Bishop T.D. Jakes officially stepped down Sunday as lead pastor of the Potter's House. He is passing the torch to his daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and her husband, Tory Roberts. This comes nearly a year after Bishop Jakes suffered a heart attack while he was preaching. He did recover, and he plans to stay on as chairman and spiritual overseer of the church he founded nearly 30 years ago. A man from Prosper is hospitalized in Florida after a terrifying accident. He was snorkeling in the Bahamas when a boat propeller hit him. Matt Howerton spoke with his wife, who was right there when it happened.
It's such a beautiful place.
From Prosper, Texas to paradise, Whitney Slough and her family enjoying the clear waters in the Bahamas.
I feel like I'm in a nightmare.
Until this boat came out of nowhere and never stopped.
They know they hit him, they saw him, and they drove off.
On June 30th, Whitney's husband Brent snorkeling near the shores of Exuma before dinner, when this boat skimming along the shallows drove right over him, slicing his lower body.
When the propeller hit him right underneath the buttocks and the legs.
Brent's screams carried over the water, but the boat never slowed, never turned back for the former Army Ranger and West Point graduate.
We hear Brent screaming, "Help me, help me, help me," We didn't realize that he was struck by the boat.
A frantic yet calm mission to help began. Whitney, her family, friends, and Good Samaritans pulling Brent out of the water, wrapping towels around him to try and stop the bleeding. They eventually took him themselves to a nearby hospital before paying out of their own pocket to fly him back to the States, where he's now in a Miami ICU.
And they whisked him away to surgery right away.
4 hours under the knife, this father now in good hands, but with a fractured pelvis, leg, and a long road to recovery.
He knows God kept him alive for a reason, and he has a purpose here.
As the Sloughs lean on their faith, authorities in the Bahamas are now looking for the crew that left Brent like this. In this family's prayers, they ask for healing, and that the boaters who vanished won't stay hidden forever.
We're lucky that he's alive, and there's no way that they should be able to get away with this.
In Dallas, I'm Matt Howerton.
We know more about the man police say was killed by 2 bounty hunters near downtown Dallas. Both men are charged with murder now, and they are out on bail. Richard Spolleman spoke with the victim's cousin, who said the man was just starting to turn his life around.
Today should be spent celebrating with family.
To lose your life over something that seems so minor, it's just upsetting, man.
But all Cody Beck can feel is an empty hole in his heart.
Cousin is a word I use for him sometimes, but man, really, that dude was my brother.
Knowles, originally from Arkansas, just recently moved to Dallas. The 33-year-old had a passion for sports.
He was a super, super talented athlete in high school. I know he had offers in baseball and football.
Last week, sources tell WFAA 2 suspected bounty hunters fatally shot Knowles, who was wanted in downtown Dallas. Sources say they were looking for him to serve a bond violation on a felony warrant.
No, he was aware of what he had going on. He was just trying to push it off a little longer, He's trying to push off going to do his time.
34-year-old Rodney Brown and 23-year-old Jorge Monsivales were both charged with murder. Police say the 2 men claimed to be bounty hunters when they boxed Knowles' vehicle in. And according to the arrest affidavit, Brown got out of his vehicle with the gun drawn as he walked up to Knowles' car. They both fired several rounds as Knowles tried to flee. The two men claimed Knowles was trying to run them over and they feared for their lives. But according to the arrest affidavit, the complainant was not a threat. Suspects were not in danger of being run over. Knowles was able to drive away, but crashed into a light pole and died at the scene with multiple gunshot wounds.
With no too much animosity built in me, hope you boys do every bit of time y'all deserve.
Now a Hole must live with this family as they hope to get the justice they say he deserves. In Dallas, I'm Richard Solomon.
A family from Grand Prairie found a unique way to show their patriotism this 4th of July holiday with a display that everyone could enjoy. Here's Jobin Puniker.
You know that saying, if you want something done, do it yourself.
Yeah, you just gotta lean a little bit and hang on.
Colin Wright has been doing this on the state's land behind their home for the last several years.
If I get in trouble, so be it.
Because mowing keeps the critters and fires away. For them and their neighbors.
It's kind of like a little bit of an aerial view of Grand Prairie.
But this time,
55 by 29.
Colin and his daughter Madison are making a different set of lines.
I want them to be able to see it from the highways.
I thought he was crazy.
I think he'd call it duty.
I wasn't expecting it to be this big.
The U.S. flag on a sloping field that's getting a lot of attention.
It's already fabulous in Grand Prairie, but this just makes it even more fabulous.
Days before there were any stars and stripes.
Stakes and string, for the most part.
I think it'll take one.
Perfection takes time.
It took two.
His father was a Vietnam veteran, and it's days before July 4th.
If this helps bring two people together and stop arguing and fighting over small stuff, we are one people.
It's also a project that a father and daughter can share.
I'll never forget it. This will be something I take with me when I'm gone.
A symbol you can see from miles away.
Like Texas, everything's bigger in Texas.
And feel from far beyond.
That's what the United States means to me.
In Grand Prairie, I'm Jobin Puniker.
We need that unity right now. Those are your headlines from North Texas.